Hi there, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. On a Tuesday, I'm your host, Madi B, and today we're back. And I have the founding partner with me. You guys have met him before, attorney Darren Miller.
Happy New Year. Hello,
Happy
Madi.
New Year. We're back again. Let's call ourselves like the dynamic duo or something, right?
I know. We're getting used to doing this over
Yeah.
and over.
New year, new show,
Yes.
new stuff, all new stuff, which is great. So we're going to talk today. It's our first show back about how motivated we are in the new year.
Yes.
I hope all of you guys are just as motivated as we are and what this year is going to bring.
It's going to be a great year and an exciting time. And we're going to start off the right way by saying, Madi, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Today is my birthday. Lucky you guys get to celebrate with me for the next hour. So please load up your comments, and any comments, we want to open up those lines of communication, not just for me, but also for the attorney. If you guys have any, pick his brain today. Today is the day to see how an entrepreneur really brings up a place of business to another level.
That's right. We've got a tremendous team here, lots of support. I know we're going to get involved in some of the planning and everything that goes into it, but I'm excited to talk about it because this helps me conceptually kind of think about what we've done, where we are, and where we're going. But
exactly. And you guys can pick his brain on how he thinks as an owner. And, you guys will see it here in a little bit how his mind works, which you're very fast track, always on top of the curve, which is awesome. But everybody better keep up with you, right? In 2019. It's the keep up of the Miller.
Well, there's so much to do, Madi. I mean, we've had such a great year in 2018. And we got involved in a number of different things. But there's so many other things we can get involved in. Yeah. So I'm excited about it.
Sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and start and open up for you to tell the viewers, how important is the new year for you?
Absolutely important. Absolutely important. And I think when you talk about 2019, you have to go back to 2018 and look and see what worked, what didn't work, and what we need to do moving forward. And so one of the things that we do at our firm, which I think is everybody should do, is goals and objectives. Goals and objectives. Basically what we do is have everybody at the firm, I don't care whether you're the receptionist or you're a 5-year partner or a legal assistant, I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what worked for you last year, what didn't work for you last year, what you want to do in the future. What is your objective? What do you want to do down the line? Okay? Because if you're not thinking about it, then you're not working on it and you're not going to make it happen most likely. But if you take the time to plan, to sit down, to formulate and understand what's going on out there, you have a much better chance of it.
So you're saying from the level of yourself all the way down to any position in this firm has to turn in goals and objectives for you.
Everybody. I mean, because again, Madi, you have to understand, you can learn from anybody that works for you, anybody that works with you, anybody that you work for. That learning process can go both ways. So when I read some of the goals and objectives that we've done in the past years, it's an amazing process with regards to, I really didn't think about that, or I need to make certain changes. So it makes us all think, and the biggest thing that it does, it helps me kind of get into the heads of what my staff is thinking, just to make sure I get an understanding as to whether or not they're getting an understanding of what I want to accomplish for that upcoming year.
Well, that's actually beautiful. So you get to get your employees' creative mind. So just in case you weren't thinking about it, it also makes you think in that direction. So you kind of see where this business has a potential of growing. Correct. I'm sure you have your own goals, but then just getting stimulated by other team members just enhances that idea.
It is, because sometimes when you get kind of caught up in the rat race with regards to competing for different lawyers, with regards to all these different cases, certain details aren't getting addressed. And so when you read certain things with regards to what a paralegal has written or a legal assistant or whatever the case may be, oh wow, I've totally forgotten that. I need to make sure and take care of that thing.
Yeah, and so walk us through for those companies out there and or other businesses, not necessarily law firms, that are thinking about doing this, which I think is a great idea. Goals and objectives is what we call it here. You guys can call it anything on your side. but do you put a hard deadline? Does your staff, what are the parameters, or what are some things you've actually read?
Yes. Well, we started probably about 3 months ago, and we by letting the staff know, hey, look, guys, the end of the year is coming. Start thinking about it. Start preparing, because you're going to have to prepare these. So we let them know kind of what we're thinking in terms of what we want to see and what's out there and what they should be contemplating. And again, this is a time for expression and to think about what your business goals are. What are your personal goals? What do you want to see differently happen in the upcoming year? And more importantly, what are you going to do to make certain changes? So those things we put out there with regards to get ready to start to do it. Then we set deadlines. Like this year, of course, our goals and objectives were due last Friday. Give them plenty of time with which to write it, to prepare it. And something that's very important, if the goals and objectives, it doesn't look like people have really put that much thought into them, they get kicked back. And you got to redo it, correct it, and put some real thought into it.
Right.
This is an important exercise. You can't plan to succeed if you don't have a proper plan.
Right.
So this is important for us all to get involved in.
Great advice. So it's kind of like pressing the reset button. What happened last year? What did I do? What worked? What can I do different? Where can I take it to the next level?
Right.
And then you plan your year.
Exactly.
The 4 quarters.
Exactly. Well, let me ask you, Marty, how important is the goals and objectives for you and what you want to get accomplished?
Well, the goals and objectives for me, my department, my team is super important. So just in case you guys haven't noticed, I think everything very analytical. So I really break it down. What I did last year, how I want to raise the bar. Do I want to raise the bar a little bit, a lot, to what parameters? And I really dissect it. Mine doesn't really count because mine's like a book. I take it like more of a college, university project. So mine's about 14 pages with exhibits and examples. But I just feel if you put it in paper, if you put it in sight, you will achieve your goals.
Right. And what's really nice about reading someone's goals like what Marty writes out is that we utilize that throughout the entire year to figure out what we've done, what we need to do next, what's been achieved, and what we're going to do moving forward. So it's extremely helpful to create that foundation that we need moving forward.
Absolutely. It's a good skeleton too to gauge, and sometimes we meet our goals a little bit quicker than projected, but it's awesome to see and look back and say, wow, I actually put it into paper, and I spoke it into existence.
Exactly.
Which is super great. Now, you guys can also do this, not just for business or for the place of workplace that you guys are working in, but you can do it personally.
Oh, absolutely.
Fitness,
exactly.
Eating.
Right. And that's what a lot of our staff does. They set personal goals with regards to weight loss or eating better or getting in better shape or establishing better relationships with their family members. It's kind of interesting to see them take the time to analyze certain things that, for example, where one party hadn't really talked too much with their parents that prior year, and they're going to make time and the opportunity to make sure they take advantage of that before something happens to those parents.
Yeah, so you guys, you're welcome. We just gave you a good way to start the new year. If you guys haven't had the chance and really did your resolutions and really wrote it down, I mean, it's never too late. It's the 8th. We're 8 days in. You can write it for personally, for family, for goals, for business, just so you can put your eye on the prize.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, Mr. Miller, Attorney Darren Miller, tell us a little bit about either your personal goals or your business goals.
Wow. There's a lot of them. We've, in terms of, we're opening, just had our offices established in California, so we want to certainly get that going. We've got our new intake service downstairs. That business is coming right along. In fact, we've got an attorney in the office right now to talk about doing some things with us. So that's building and blowing and going. But I see so many different mass torts out there that we want to get involved in. And so we're putting pen to paper to kind of figure out what projects we want to go all in on, others that we want to touch, and then others we want to start to investigate. So it's a lot of moving parts, lots of moving parts. Me personally also, I kind of like real estate. I do some real estate things here and there, And so I definitely want to continue moving forward to take advantage of some things that are out there in the market.
So you're looking at not only this business, but dipping in other business scopes as well.
Yes.
That's cool.
Look, any person that's out there, I think it's a mistake for them not to diversify into doing other things. Personal injury is fantastic here. We do extremely well with regards to personal injury, but that can change at any point in time. So that's why we diversify into mass tort, which I really love doing. Doing cases in other states that have better venues. Then of course the real estate things. So again, just in case any one thing goes bad, we've got some backups where we can start doing other things and go in other directions.
Wow, that's super awesome. We do have some comments. I didn't even notice the comments. We were so into the year 2019 already, but I have Steven saying happy birthday. Thank you. I have Chriselle saying happy birthday, Mari. Celebrating with you. Thank you. Ricardo and Alicia saying happy birthday. Alex saying happy birthday. Beverly, hey Beverly, saying can't plan to succeed if you do not have the proper plan. Very well said, Deanne.
There you go.
But thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. We are all celebrating here on this beautiful show. So you were talking about your goals in 2019, Attorney Darren Miller.
Yes.
And what helps you, because this is going to be a hard question, stay on track to reaching those goals and or your resolutions?
What helps me? I guess the number one thing that helps me is having great staff. Great staff that holds me very accountable to what I say I'm going to do. We work hand in hand with each other. We test each other. We push each other. And so that's very helpful. The other part, of course, is taking time to kind of write out exactly what we want to achieve and get done, and going back and constantly checking yourself to make sure those things are done. It's funny, I spoke with an attorney on Monday, yesterday actually, and I asked him about how his year was last year and what he did, and he's like, it was okay, it wasn't that great. And he's like, well, how'd you guys do? I said, we did fairly well. We did fairly well. And then I asked him, I said, so what are you going to do differently in 2019 that you didn't do in 2018? And he goes, well, I don't know. I haven't given it any thought. And so I'm asking him, like, how in the world are you expecting to achieve something different if you don't plan to try and do something different? If you're going to do the same stuff but expect a different result, isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah. What do they say? The sayings, if you want a different result, you have to change how you approach the situation.
Absolutely. So you'd be surprised. Again, it takes a lot of time to plan and prepare and write things out and everything else.
Absolutely.
But if you do it the right way, it provides your boilerplate for what you're going to be doing for the next 3 months, 6 months, and the rest of the year.
Yeah, break it down. Do it incrementally. If you want to start by the month, then by the quarter, then by half a year, and then the year. But I think, you're right. It's a great idea. And that question you asked the attorney yesterday is actually the question I was about to ask you next.
Okay.
Which was, how would you describe your 2018, and what are some things you will try to improve on your 19?
Wow. 2018 was fantastic. It was a great year. We started up our new business, the Advocates business, we're very blessed by the direction that's going. We diversified into a number of different mass torts, which was fantastic. I probably didn't spend as much time with my family as I wanted to because there's a number of different goals that I want to try to achieve. And when you talk about getting just unbelievable cases like this USC sexual harassment case that we got, a groundbreaking case, which I know we're going to talk about a little bit later on. Those cases are so important. You have to put so much time, energy, and effort into those things. So I'm so happy that we got to work on those cases. And because of the exposure from those cases and some of the things that we're trying to do, which means not just get money, but create social and systemic change.
Absolutely.
We've been getting contacted from different people to do different things. For example, we're going to be working towards helping to change the California legislature changing the law out in California,
Wow.
such that those cases that are right now barred by limitations, that they can be extended. So there's a number of different things that kind of builds on in 2018 that we want to work on for 2019.
That is awesome. Awesome to hear those moves. It's crazy how a story that you believe in your heart, like let's go after this, can flourish into what you just mentioned, like changing laws, legislations, and all that good stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah, the one thing that is particularly frustrating to me, Marty, is that when you look and see the conduct of these companies, it's deplorable. So many of them now are so financially driven that they don't care who they run over, who they hurt, who they kill, as long as they're making money. Now again, I certainly understand money is very important. We all need money to survive.
Right.
But if we don't first take care of our citizens, our people, our children, what kind of society are we going to have 10 and 15 and 20 years from now?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we're doing is that we're going after these companies and holding them accountable for things, and hitting them, quite frankly, in the pocketbook, so that the next time when they want to put out products out there, those products are safe, they're tested, and they do what they're supposed to do. And so that's one of the big cornerstones of 2019, is that we're going after a lot of these corporations and companies to hold them accountable and do the basics with regards to take care of the consumers, take care of the clients, take care of our families.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that that's the USC case that we've talked about already several times. We'll mention that here in a second. What other things, and adding to the USC, can people expect that D. Miller and Associates carries over for 19?
I guess one of the cases that we're looking at right now that I think is particularly interesting and compelling, there's and I'm not going to go too much into this, but the armed services, a lot of our soldiers are coming back, and they're coming back injured. And when I say injured, not from friendly fire, not from getting injured at war, but from they're getting damaged by products put out there by American companies. And the worst part about some of these companies is that these companies knew that the products that they were putting into the hands of our soldiers were defective before they even went out to market. Not only did they do those things, but they lied to the federal government in order to do these things. And it's just like it's done just for money, and it's deplorable. And we've talked to so many soldiers right now, for example, who can't properly hear, who can't get certain jobs. There was some, Monty, there was one soldier that we wanted to hire here to work in our call center. We couldn't hire him because he couldn't hear anything.
Oh my goodness.
And so, it's those types of things that we are addressing, that we are looking to correct, and starting. We want, again, hold these companies accountable for their actions, and it's not just about the money.
Absolutely. And I mean, look at how much it's affected. We talked about USC, it's affecting women in the college level, our future of tomorrow.
Right.
You just mentioned soldiers, those that go out and fight for our country. Though we're talking, there's other things, kids, our future of tomorrow,
Right.
Even men. I mean, this is our society, and it's crazy
Right.
how you just said it's more so about the revenue and the money.
Right. Yesterday, even, I viewed this. I got a videotape from a young lady in Virginia, and she sent us a tape. She's like, "Hey, I've had some questions about the conduct at this daycare, and I finally got the proof of what they're doing to my child. And we've got the videotape of this kid, a caretaker, slapping this child, a little baby child, and then the child, after he gets slapped, hits his head over here on another item. It's just, what is going on out there? And so these types of things we have to address.
Absolutely.
We have to fix. We have to put out there, in public, to make sure that these things don't happen anymore.
Absolutely. We have to put an end to this senseless and violence, and just, there's more. I mean, we're saying violence right now. We're talking about products. It's just a lot that is affecting our society nationwide, and it's not just depicted in a certain area. It's all over the place.
It's all over the place, Madi, and so that is one of the things we're doing. We're taking on some of these more tougher cases, some of these more difficult cases, things that that make certain people uncomfortable, because someone's got to go out there and tell these companies, you can't do this. You can't continue to put this product out there that's injuring people just to line your pocketbook.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you talk to some of these clients, and some that have that are for example, like with the hernia mesh cases, that they can't go out and play basketball with their kids. They've got to have all these different surgeries. They've got to, they're 35 and 40 years old, and they've got the lifestyle of a 60 or 70-year-old, just because the company knew that they're putting this defective product on them, and it's damaged them. Come on.
Yeah.
What kind of society are we if we're not going to do stuff about that?
And you know what? In the future, what we want to have is a show solely on these things, because I know maybe one of you guys that are watching for the first time may not know. Even if you feel there's a story, or you had a surgery, something just doesn't feel right, reach out to an attorney, just like this daycare case, and see how we can help, how the attorneys can hold people accountable and make a change. That is what it's about. Exactly.
Look, I can tell you, we don't take every case here. We just don't have the bandwidth to do that. But one of the things that we will do, if you need to speak with an attorney, if you need to speak with someone other than the legal assistants, we will get on the phone with you. We'll talk you through it. And even, gosh forbid, if we cannot help you, we'll point you in the right direction. We'll give you a person to talk to, let you know what we think you need to do, but give you some kind of assistance rather than just, you know what, maybe this is just my lot in life. It's not. Get some help, contact us, contact somebody else, but let's hold these other people accountable for some of the issues that you may be having.
Absolutely. And right now we're going to kind of switch it a little bit. So 2019, we put up a lot of the pictures of you guys, the attorneys. And just like what Attorney Darren Miller was saying, reach out to us. We don't just have Facebook. You guys are going to see right now on the screen welcome to 2019 on Facebook, but we do have other engines if you have a family member or friend that feels comfortable reaching out to us. We have Facebook in English. We have the Latino Facebook as well, which you guys are seeing up on the screen as well. We have Instagram. Instagram is honestly one of my favorites, because I'm just a picture person. It is what it is. Right. But on Instagram, you guys can also reach out to us. There is direct messaging on there. So that way you guys can see on the screen how to follow us. There's also YouTube. On all of these engines that we're talking about right now, we give this information. We talk about hernia mesh. We talk about the sexual assault. So any engine that you feel comfortable with, and if it's something that is triggering a story, please reach out to us as well. YouTube was the last one that we have. So reach out any which way. We have a dedicated team to see those stories, and we go straight to the guys, the attorneys, and tell them, hey, this is what we got. What are your thoughts? We either jump on it, we either can't, or we refer to someone that can help.
Correct. That's one of the things, Madi, that I did want to mention. One of the things that we are trying to do for 2019 is being a little bit more consumer friendly with regards to communication, and open up different ways to communicate, whether it's on the website, YouTube, a phone call, text message, email. One of the things that we do here that I think many other law firms don't do is we don't mind calling you on the weekends. We don't mind calling you at nights. I know my wife doesn't love it that much, but if you've got a client who has this particular question and it's really important, I will step out in my backyard and pace up and down and answer that question for them.
Yeah.
Everybody sometimes needs a little bit of direction, a little bit of help, a little bit of assistance, and we're really blessed to be in the position that we are. And so when we can provide a little bit more assistance to somebody else who may not be in such an advantageous position, we want to try and take care of it for them.
Yeah, and we definitely understand being in some of these situations is very scary. Like you just
Absolutely.
mentioned, it sometimes cannot wait till the next morning at 9 o'clock.
Right.
So if you reach out, we are available. I like to say 24/7 because I know you, I know myself, and we're very hands-on,
Right.
as well as a lot of our staff. So
Yes.
if you need something, don't feel bad, address it, and the attorneys will definitely try to give you a call right then and there and answer. That's direct phone numbers, direct cell phones. So I know we're talking right now a little bit about the 2019 year. So there was a post that you guys may have seen of what are the resolutions of the attorneys. Now, you were quoted, prepare for 19 and plan for 2020.
Correct.
Talk to us about what that means. I mean, we're 8 days in 2019 and you're already talking about 2020.
Look, Marty, I am just of the belief, I'm a chess player by nature, and you can't just look and see what's that next move right in front of you. You have to see what's coming down the line. And quite frankly, I know a lot of what's going to be happening in 2019. And I think a lot of that is going to be fairly favorable. I'm concerned about 2020. I'm concerned about the election. I'm concerned about the direction of mass torts moving forward, many other things. And so we want to be prepared and ready for whatever direction that things may go. So it doesn't make sense to me just to kind of twiddle my thumbs and just say, okay, let's just see what happens. No, I want to be prepared. Okay, if things go in this direction, this is what we're going to do. If they go in this direction, this is what's going to happen. But that's what we need to do. That's what I'm always going to be about, preparing for that long-term future while we move forward together, and so that we try and get there the best way that we can.
So you're very good at short term, but you're also amazing at long term and forecasting, is what it sounds like.
Well, your word is amazing. I feel like, just doing long-term planning is just something that's been really important to me.
Yeah.
Along with mid-range planning, and quite frankly, short-term planning also.
Yeah.
So
they're all important.
They really are all important, but you've got to give thought to these different situations, these different scenarios, so that when the problems come, you are ready and prepared for them.
Absolutely.
You've got to be that way.
Absolutely. I agree 1,000%. So I want to thank you, Attorney Darren Miller, for being on the show today. Now we're going to move on to not only your resolutions, but now we're going to talk about the group resolutions as far as the other attorneys. When
Excellent.
you guys come back from seeing this, you won't see him, but I have another surprise guest that will be here. So let's take a look at that New Year's resolutions from the other attorney panels. We have 5.
Happy birthday again, Marty.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure. So that is up on the screen. So as you guys can see, we have the managing partner, Ramesh Guthaman, as well as attorney Andy Rubenstein and Sade Marks, as well as attorney Anush Kapoor. So what Ramesh is saying is, don't tread on me, which is a good one. So Andy's saying, when I find myself madly under treading water, you all remind me how much I love to swim. Gosh, we love Andy and his words. They hit home all the time. Attorney Sade Marks is saying, fail fast and succeed faster. That is a good one. And Attorney Anush says, here comes the bottom line. So they're all ready, just like Attorney Darren Miller stated, for 2019, as the team, the full-on team of D. Miller & Associates is also ready. So now I have a beautiful announcement. Before we go into that announcement, as she walks up, I'm going to go over some of these comments. So Jesus is saying, happy birthday, Marty. Awesome work, Mr. Miller. Thank you, Jesus. Super sweet. Hatia is saying, hey, Mr. Miller. He just exited, but I'll make sure that I'll let him know that you said hi. So thank you, Hatia. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you. You're going to see her walking on stage right now, which is our new promotional model. So the new promotional model for the year is Giselle Loya, who's actually sitting next to me. You're going to see her. Now, this new promotional model, you're actually on the heroic behavior.
Yes.
So you see this beautiful face and the heroic behavior. That is your time to, that's 2019. It's time to be a part of that little game. Now, these games, you can win a lot of prizes, and I'll talk to that to you guys about that shortly. So thank you, Giselle. This is a beautiful face of our promotional model this year on the heroic behavior. So look out for her face to win some awesome prizes.
Like the picture.
Exactly, like the picture. So what she's talking about is every month we do something called the heroic behavior. Heroic behavior is where we give prizes at the end of the month for our viewers like yourself to win for that month. Yep, that month. Now all you have to do is like the picture like she told you. She just told you, like my picture, like the Facebook page, as well as share it and tag someone that you know that might want to be a part of that. So what we're going to see right now is the December winner. What you see on the screen is January. We're going to go over that here in a second. But the December winner, we just finished December 2018. We had an awesome winner. She actually won a gift card. Now this was to help her with the holidays. It was a $50 gift certificate, but you never know. It goes a long way. It could help with one gift, and that is our goal. How can we help a family, a person, or a group of people be a hero for that month? Beautiful family. That little boy, 1 year old, that big boy, 1 year old, and he came out, gave me a hug, came out with open arms. It's beautiful to see you guys. Those viewers that are watching our show, it's so rewarding to me to actually see you guys and see a big smile on your face, and I can give you a big ol' hug. So that's our December winner that you guys see, won a gift card of $50, so congratulations. Now we're going to move on to January heroics behavior. As you see already, our new promotional model is on there. Now what we're going to be giving out this month, my friends, for the new year, new you, new gym membership, is the gym membership for a month worth of workouts. So at the beginning of February, you guys are ready to go for 30-day workout at the gym 9 Innovations. Now that gym is owned by Arian Foster and Abdul Foster, used to play for the Texans. Great gym, great facility, awesome ambiance as well. You guys will love it. So make sure you go look for our new promotional model, Giselle. Like that picture, which she's all ready for the workout gear. And make sure you like her picture, like our Facebook page, share it, and tag someone you'll go to the gym with as well. So we'll be giving that on our last show of the month. So you guys are seeing this new style heroic behavior. 2019 is going to be an amazing year, and I cannot wait to have this show with you guys and experience it with you guys. I want to thank all of you guys that have given me the birthday wishes. I have another comment. This one's Yasmin is saying, can we see Ramesh more on the show? He's so cool. Absolutely. I definitely switch up the attorneys. Right now it's attorney Darren Miller, which if you guys watch all our episodes, he's hardly on the show. Ramesh is on this show, and Ramesh is actually also on the Latin show. Make sure you guys go watch and follow D. Miller Law Latino. That's right, D. Miller Law Latino. If you guys go to that Facebook page, separate page, everything's in Spanish. Ramesh is on that one too, and he's all over the posting and the presence on there. You guys will see more of Ramesh, and I'm going to go ahead and tell him special request. You need to be more available. Managing partner Ramesh. So thank you for that, Yasmin. So I want to thank all of you guys for watching the show, for viewing it, and for sharing it. I want to welcome you guys for the great 2019 year that we are about to have. I'm speaking it into existence because every single one of you will have an amazing year, whether it's health, whether it's family, whether it's business, and whether it's just being a better person to our community. So I want to welcome all of you guys. Come back to Talk to Me Tuesday. Load up your questions, comments, and we will have a fun year. Until next time, your host, Mari B.